What's up?
What?
What's up, guys? Welcome back to AllG'sReact. It's your boy, Josh. And Coco Love. And we're going to do George Carlin, A War on Homelessness.
Yes, that's what we're going to do. Let's see what old George has to say. I've never watched a whole lot of George. Then again, I haven't watched a lot of comedians because it's like a time period when like comedians was like really, really hot, or some were coming out. But I worked on the road and I moved around, so I never got to watch some other stuff. So
I've been into comedy lately, so stand up.
So let's see what old George has to say about homelessness.
I don't know who George Carlin is, so have you heard him?
He's I think he passed.
Oh, okay.
But he's like an old
yeah, this
comedian.
is from 2013.
By the way, speaking of American values, aren't we about due to start bombing some small country that only has a marginally effective air force? Seems to me like we're a couple of weeks overdue to drop high explosives on helpless civilians. People who have no argument with us whatsoever. I think we ought to be out there doing what we do best, gang, making big holes in other people's countries. I hate to be repetitious, but God, we are a warlike lot, you know? We can't stand not to be fucking with somebody. We couldn't wait for that Cold War to be over, could we? Just couldn't wait for that Cold War to be over so we could go and play with our toys in the sand. Go play with our toys in the sand. And when we're not invading some sovereign nation or setting it on fire from the air, which is more fun, then we're usually declaring war on something here at home. Do you ever notice that? We love to do that, don't we? We love to declare war on things here in America. Anything we don't like about ourselves, we have to declare war on it. Don't do anything about it. We just declare war on it. We got a war. It's the only metaphor we have in our public discourse for solving a problem. It's called declaring a war. We got a war on poverty, the war on crime, war on litter, the war on cancer, the war on drugs. But you ever notice there's no war on homelessness, is there? Nah, no war on homelessness. You know why? There's no money in that problem. There's no money in that problem. Nobody stands. It's true.
Is this comedy or is this just telling us what's up?
Comedy and truth go hand in hand. That's how comedians get away with telling the truth about society and government and everything else.
Okay.
They mix it in to make you laugh about it. You see, the laughter is what kind of triggers the what's the what particular word that has to do with like being like you'll dismiss it because you're laughing at it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you'll dismiss it. It'll be a funny joke, but it's really truth mixed in. And what comedians try to do is to something that like if someone was sitting there like giving you a lecture on it, you probably get very, very depressed and be like, this sucks. They take it and they flip it to where they make you laugh about it.
Okay.
But I was gonna say, when I did my podcast about the war and stuff, I said that very same thing about like the war on immigration that we have now. We love declaring war on stuff. Like it's like us versus them on everything.
I never really thought about it.
You know what I mean? Like Nixon came up with the war on drugs, which was supposed to be drugs, which turned into drug pushers, which turned into drug users. So the war always sweeps up so many different people when it's supposed to be the war on drugs. You know what I'm saying? War on crime, you know, stuff like that. So he's absolutely right. We love declaring war on stuff. And it's always a them versus us. But we've been in war with somebody since we've been established. I don't think we've ever seen a few years of not messing with anyone since we've been established, which is kind of sad. But yeah.
Nobody stands to get rich off of that problem. You could find a solution to homelessness where the corporate swine and the politicians could steal a couple $1 million each. You see the streets of America begin to clear up pretty goddamn quick. I'll guarantee you that. I will guarantee you that. Yeah. So, I got an idea for homeless. You know what you're going to do? Give the homeless their own magazine. Give them their own magazine. It will make them feel better for one thing. That's a sure sign of making it in this country. Every group in this country that makes it and arrives at a certain level has its own magazine. You have Working Mother magazine, Black Entrepreneur magazine, Hispanic Business magazine. In fact, any activity engaged in by more than 4 people in this country has got a fucking magazine devoted to it. Skydiving, mountain climbing, snowmobiling, backpacking, bungee jumping, duck hunting, shooting someone in the asshole with a dart gun, jerking off. They probably have a magazine for that. I know they have a magazine. Walking! There's actually a fucking magazine called Walking! Look, Dan, the new Walking is out. Here's a good article, putting one foot in front of the other. Give them their own magazine. Give the homeless their own magazine. You know what you call it? Better Crates and Cartons. Then when they get finished reading it, they can use it to line their clothing. That's a good, sound business solution. That's the kind of answer you get from a conservative American businessman. Yeah, let them read it. When they get finished reading it, they can use it to plug up the holes in them piano crates they all seem to like to live in. A good, sound, practical, conservative American business solution. I'll tell you what they'll do about homelessness. First thing, change the name of it. Change the name of the condition. It's not homelessness, it's houselessness. It's houses these people need. A home is an abstract idea. A home is a setting. It's a state of mind. These people need houses, physical, tangible structures. But where are you going to put them? Where are you going to build them? Nobody wants you to build low-cost housing near their house. People don't want it near them. We got something in this country, you've heard of it, called NIMBY, N-I-M-B-Y. Not in my backyard. People don't want any kind of social help located anywhere near them. You try to open up a halfway house, try to open up a rehab center for drugs or alcohol, try to build a little home for some retarded people who want to work their way into the community. People say, not in my backyard. People don't want anything near them, especially if it might help somebody else. Part of the great American spirit of generosity we're always told about. Big, generous American nation.
That's true.
About that. Ask an Indian how generous this country is. If you can find one, you got to locate the Indian first. We've made him just a little difficult to find. Or, if you need current data, select the black family around and ask them how generous this country has been. People don't want anything near them, even if it's something they believe in, something they think society needs, like prisons. Everybody wants that, right? Everybody wants more prisons. That's the new answer to all of our problems. Lock all the motherfuckers up. Everybody wants more prisons. They say, build more prisons! But not here. Why not? What's wrong? What's the problem? What's wrong with having a prison in your neighborhood? Well, it seems to me like we're making a pretty crime-free area, don't you think? Do you think a lot of crackheads and muggers and pimps and hookers are going to hang around in front of a fucking prison? Bullshit, they ain't coming anywhere near it. What's wrong with these people? All the criminals are locked up behind the walls, and if a couple of them do break out, what do you think they're going to do? Hang around? Check real estate trends? Bullshit! They're fucking gone! That's the whole idea of breaking out of prison, is to get the fuck as far away as you possibly can. Not in my backyard. People don't want anything near them. Except military bases. They don't mind that, do they?
Which is weird.
What?
This prison idea is actually a very good idea. There'll be no crime. You'll get free security. Because, you know, they patrol, like, the areas around the prison. I mean, it's basically would be like the safest place to live is like right around the prison.
The prison that I went to visit was in Cushing, was out by itself. Like, you had to drive a little ways, and there was no houses around it.
I know. I'm just saying, like, if they did that though,
right.
Like, you would clean so much stuff up because people are afraid of prison. That's actually genius.
The prison I went to. That sounds like I was in prison.
Got something you want to share with everybody?
I have not been in prison. I've visited.
That's what they all say. They like that. Give them an army base. Makes them happy. Why? Jobs. Jobs. Self-interest. Even if the base is loaded with nuclear weapons, they don't give a fuck. They say, well, I'll take it to radiation if I can get a job. Working people have been fucked over so long that this country goes to the kind of decisions they'll have to make. I got just the place for low-cost housing. I have solved this problem. I know we can build housing for the homeless. Golf courses. Perfect. Golf courses. Just what we need. Plenty of good land in nice neighborhoods, land that is currently being wasted on a meaningless, mindless activity engaged in primarily by white, well-to-do male businessmen who use the game to get together to make deals to carve this country up a little finer among themselves. I am getting tired. Really tired. I am getting tired of these golfing cocksuckers in their green pants and their yellow pants and their orange pants and their precious little hats and their cute little golf carts. It is time to reclaim the golf courses from the wealthy and turn them over to the homeless. Golf is an arrogant, elitist game, and it takes up entirely too much fucking room in this country. Too much fucking room in this country. It is an arrogant game on its very design alone. Just the design of the game speaks of arrogance. Think of how big a golf course is. The ball is that fucking big. What do these pinheaded pricks need with all that land? There are over 17,000 golf courses in America. They average over 150 acres apiece. That's over 3 million acres. That's 4,820 square miles. You could build 2 Rhode Islands and a Delaware for the homeless on the land currently devoted to this meaningless, mindless, arrogant, elitist, racist. There's another thing. The only blacks you'll find in country clubs are carrying trays. And a boring game for boring people. Do you ever watch golf on television? It's like watching flies fuck. And a mindless game. Mindless. Think of the intellect. Think of the intellect it must take to draw pleasure from this activity. Hitting a ball with a crooked stick. And then walking after it. And then hitting it again. I say, pick it up, asshole. You want to keep on the fucking thing. Put it in your pocket and go the fuck home. Go the fuck home. You're a winner. No.
I didn't know it was that many golf courses. And this is old. So there's no telling how many more have been built.
Yeah, but that's in the entire United States.
But you can fit states in them.
But we have in just Tulsa alone probably 5 or 6. We even have a golf place that you go to and shoot golf balls, like a building.
Isn't that like
open.
Crazy?
It's called the Flying T.
That's crazy. I don't play golf unless it's like mini golf. That's where the real skill lies. When you got hippos popping out trying to hit your ball and stuff like that. You want to get good at golf? Mini golf.
Isn't Tiger Woods in golf at this time though? Tiger Woods?
Yeah, but Tiger Woods. You ever notice like when they stick a person in something or they get big at it, they're not fully black. Just saying. Just saying. No. Curly hair.
Maybe there's... I don't know. I can't comment on it unless I look it up.
Exactly. I mean, maybe now.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't play golf either.
Look what they did to him. Anyways.
I know. It's so true. So, yeah, I guess... I don't know if the sport itself is racist.
I think he has a point.
No chance of that happening. Dorco in the plaid knickers is going to hit it again and want some more. Let these rich cocksuckers play miniature golf. Let them fuck with a windmill for an hour and a half or so. See if there's any real skill among them.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
I know there are some people who play golf who don't consider themselves rich. Fuck them! And shame on them for engaging in an arrogant, elitist pastime. Hey, here's another place we could put some low-cost housing. Cemeteries. There's another idea whose time has passed. Saving all the dead people in one part of town? What the hell kind of superstitious, religious, medieval bullshit idea is that? Pile these motherfuckers up, pile them into the streets of the rivers of America. We need that phosphorus for farming. If we're going to recycle, let's get serious.
He ended that one with a bang.
He said, plow them up. Oh,
I
man.
wish you would have went into how many cemeteries we have and how much space that takes up.
Ooh, man. He said, plow them up. I'm going to have to listen to more George after that one. That one was good. So what do you think?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
The end was funny. The beginning was good.
Mm-hmm.
I have friends and family who play golf, so I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that one. I mean, I personally wouldn't consider them
Elitist?
Yeah, but
it was a very elitist sport at the time that this was probably done.
Your son wanted to play golf.
Yeah. He wants to play tennis. He wants to play everything. I noticed a trend pickup of people golfing out of nowhere. I just kind of noticed it because at one point I was working on the road with a bunch of dudes who didn't do anything but like hunt and fish and drink beer. I started seeing golf clubs being taken on the road. So I was just kind of like,
golf.
When did this, happen? I mean, there's quite a few of them. Just like, so you're not gonna go to the bar, you'll go shoot some holes. Okay, all right.
I do agree that it's very boring to watch. I can't watch it and enjoy it.
There's a few sports that are kind of boring to watch. Me, I got into frisbee golf, which to me is way better.
Disc golf.
Disc golf, if you want to call it that. I call it frisbee golf. Way better. Way better. Requires a lot more skill, strength. When I first started, I was just like throwing it everywhere, not realizing they had particular angles and stuff like that they would go to, and all that. Once I got that down, I was like, this is awesome. It's very active as well. The war on homelessness. As long as there's a war on something, we have to be at war. It's our mentality as a country. We got to be at war. So he's very right about that all the way. We constantly at war at something. Pretty soon we're going to be at war with like ants or something. Something menial but important to the world. But we stay at war. The prison idea, genius. I'm still thinking about that. Like, that's genius. That's a genius idea.
It's probably cheap housing around there too.
Oh yeah.
You can probably buy a nice piece of land and build your own house there, really cheap.
Man, shoot. We can get you a 5-bedroom, like 3-bathroom for like $200 a month. Brand new, probably super cheap, because no one wants to live around it.
I guess.
Makes sense.
We need to look into that.
I mean, like, they're gonna break out and be like, hey, let's just stop here. It's only like a quarter of a mile away from the prison. I'm like, no, we're just gonna keep running till we get further away. We're gonna show up and hold up in your house. That's not what runaways do. And he did end it with a bang.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Digging up dead people thing was kind of funny. Like, they don't need it anymore. Taking up space. Just half the cap's empty anyway. Nothing but bones now.
I don't understand why we bury people anyways. Like, it's not like their soul dies with them into the ground.
I think it's just like, I think it is just a traditional, like a religious tradition that
and why
we do. And me, I'm like, I come from the earth. Send me back to the earth. You know what I'm saying? Throw me in the water. Let the sharks roll up.
But I want to know, like, where exactly the Christian faith came up with the idea that you have to be buried when you're dead. Because
Like
they think that some people think that when the resurrection happens or whatever, that your body has to be intact, but it's not intact
It's
because
not gonna be
it's going to
intact anyway.
deteriorate. And if that's the case, then what happens to people who die in fires?
Well, what you understand is Christians have borrowed a lot of stuff for the faith.
I just don't understand it.
So
like, it makes no sense.
They
to
probably
me.
seen somebody and was like, we want to do that too.
Because I know a lot of Christians who are like, no, you're going to bury me. You're not going to cremate me because it's against my religion. And I'm just like, where does it say that you can't be cremated?
All I say is, oh ye of so little faith. I mean, how you gonna believe in a creator that created everything? Like he just can't make you a body or something like that. No, Karen, you got cremated. You're not coming up here. Okay? It's not happening, Karen. I'm sorry. You read the rules.
Going that way.
Oh, come on, Dave.
You were buried.
You were buried. You did the right thing. Come on up. John, I mean, they burnt like a leg and an arm. I mean, do you want to hobble around up here? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I said, I think they just borrow stuff and they just said it that way. To me, that's ridiculous. Like, how am I going to believe in something all powerful, that powerful? Like, just that idea of a creator being that powerful, and I'm just going to be like, oh, I can't cremate myself because he can't make me a new body. Oh, well. Ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Anyways, that's going to do it for this reaction. I enjoy that. I'm going to have to watch more of him. It's more of like a lesson than it is an actual like stand up. But you got anything you want to say?
Nope.
No? Alright, well, I'm Nixon. And she's Chung Lee, whatever that is.
Coco Love out.